All right, what's up? We're back in Studio K with Waterline. Why don't we do a little name and instrument intro before we get started?
I'm Will. I am a guitar player.
I'm Elliot. I'm the keyboardist and synth player.
And I'm Henry. I'm the drummer.
Sweet. And we just heard Crystallize / Pavilions, Nightline, and Chimera. Before we get talking about the songs, I want to ask you a little bit about your origin story, so to speak. I know some of you are childhood friends. So can we get a little background on like how you met and when you sort of started playing together?
Sure. So the bass player, our bass player plays in Kill Us Online. So they are in Chicago right now. So I've known them since kindergarten.
Oh, wow.
Been my bestie since kindergarten. And Elliot and I have known each other since elementary school as well. Probably like fifth grade, but we didn't really buddy up until high school when we took the same bus. So then it was kind of like, okay, this guy's cool, pretty cool. And then Henry and I have known each other since 7th grade. And Henry was friends with Sean before he was friends with me.
True.
So yeah, it all
There's a story there.
there is a yeah. He let me play games on his computer in a class, and I was like, okay, he's cool.
Sweet. What game?
Half-Life 2.
Sweet.
That's halfway.
Yeah.
So beyond Half-Life 2, was there any music that you bonded over? Like, was that ever kind of a through line to your friendship, or things that you guys were like, wait, now I know that this person's really cool?
Well, so for Will and I, we went to a performing arts high school downtown St. Paul, and we would take the bus every morning, and we had a playlist that we listened to every morning with just awesome stuff. We'd be listening for, if it's an hour commute every morning, it's 5 hours a week. We'd be listening to Outkast, Kendrick, Earth, Wind and Fire, just a bunch of different stuff. And I think it did really kind of inspire our kind of musical sensibilities for sure. And then I know that Henry and Will and Sean also played together from a pretty young age. They were playing shows. We just played a show at the Driftwood recently, and these guys have been playing there since middle school. So, yeah.
Well said. Elliot also, I feel like we all have shown each other a lot of different music over the years, because one person would find an album, and then it would kind of become the group record for a little bit. I feel like Henry you turned me on to James Blake, lots of cool stuff.
I think one band we bonded over was Daft Punk, and I know Will and I share a love for that project, and a big inspiration for the band too. So I do think, you and me probably have been on different musical paths, but there is crossover, especially since this project has begun. There's a lot of meeting of the minds.
Sweet.
He just means that I played at Wilewski's Blues Saloon one too many times. So that's because I was really into blues growing up. That's kind of how I got my start playing.
Sweet.
Also, another big influence would be Fishman's. They have a song, a 30-minute track called Long Season. That was kind of if you haven't heard it, definitely check it out. That's probably I would love to be them. I just want to do that.
Yeah, and you said that you've been playing together since middle school, so what have the different iterations that you guys have been in before you've ended up here, in terms of bands that you've been in before, or what do you think your journey has been playing live until now?
It does seem kind of destined to be, because Will and I were in a project called Human Achievement back in high school, which was indie rock, I would say. And it was a lot of fun. Sean was in it as well, and Sean's not here. But Sean and I were in projects in middle school and high school, one being Sight. And yeah, so I was always playing with these guys, although Elliot kind of snuck into the picture, where Elliot was friends with Sean and Will, but not until recently have we really connected musically or otherwise. So that's kind of been, in my view, the missing link.
Yes.
Yeah.
True. I feel like Elliot and I first collaborated musically because we wrote a parody song for biology class in high school.
That's awesome.
About protein synthesis to the tune of Marvin Gaye's healing song. I won't say the first part.
Protein synthesis ain't a sin.
Yeah.
3 steps you're gonna learn. Now let's begin. I mean, you could learn a lot from listening to that song, but we won't bore you.
That's so awesome.
Every amino acid special.
So it's still locked away back there.
Oh yeah.
It's locked not back there. It's in
It's in the forefront of your
locked
mind.
away right up here. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So it sounds like you've had a lot of like different genre inspirations, but what do you think has like drawn you to this more like jazz, psych, fusion-y sound? Is that kind of like a natural progression or something you kind of consciously wanted to pursue?
Yeah, I feel like nothing we have done has been very conscious. It's been very natural, and we've kind of struggled to label ourselves in a genre sense. But I think it just comes. So when we started, it was like a year and a half ago. And we just started by just getting together in a room and just playing our instruments and jamming out. And that's where the sound came from. So it feels pretty organic and specific to us because, we've never done a single cover. Like we've never really played anybody else's music but ours, which I think is great, but also kind of tricky because you don't really have the blueprint of like, oh, here's, we can just do a song just like this. It's kind of, it's been a very organic process, I'd say.
I also kind of originally modeled this band to be the backing band for an MC because I remember watching the Freddie Gibbs Tiny Desk and being like, this is so sick. And like, sometimes Kendrick has like musicians backing him up live. And I just thought like, what if we got an MC to like rap? And then we just kind of provided the rest. But then we just realized, oh, we sing and we do other stuff. So it's easier that way. Yeah.
Yeah. So in terms of like the songwriting that you've done thus far, has it kind of just like originated from things that you've like jammed on and then like the lyrics come later usually?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's usually like one of us will come in with like a nugget, a little idea that's just like you can kind of loop or do, and then like we just kind of play on that for a while, and then usually somebody has a light bulb go on, like, oh, what if it goes here? And then sometimes lyrics happen like right there, but most of the time, I mean, Henry is one of our primary lyricists, so yeah, everybody kind of contributes.
I would say, yeah, everybody has kind of their own role in the process of the creation, and we all have our own strengths. You know what I mean? Henry, so I feel like when we're writing, it's either Will and I like writing some chords and bringing it in, or it's Henry bringing in a song. And we've got, we've been playing a longer set like in bars and stuff like that. It's about like an hour long, and a couple of those are Henry originals. A couple of those are like, some chords Will or I came up, and a couple of those are just like they just happened all together. And yeah, lyrics for us have been a bit of kind of like, I wouldn't say an afterthought, but we're usually really just focused on the instrumental, but we're also just kind of learning how to add everything. So.
Indeed, and Sean's contributions are so valuable too because they have a ton of band experience under their belt. Like they composed a whole album with Henry at one point. So just having somebody who's been through a lot of those processes before, super helpful. So they have a lot of the know-how for us.
Yeah, sweet. And I know in your little bio that you gave me, you were saying that you are hopefully planning to release music soon-ish, like in the fall, correct?
This is correct.
Do you have any songs picked for this upcoming project? Are you gonna like try and write new material? Do you have anything floating around? Or is it just like whatever happens?
Well, we have a set, so we just want to first put that into
Wax.
Yeah, put that to wax. Yeah, right. So that's like objective number one is just to record everything we've made so far and put that into an EP or an album. And then, we're always writing, and I don't know, I'm about to go for a long hike, so maybe I'll come up with something there. We'll see.
Yeah, have some contemplative time to think.
Exactly.
Cool. And you said that you play kind of a longer live set. If you were to try and narrow down your live performance and you had to describe it in 3 words, don't even try to use like any genre signifiers, just like the overall vibe, what would you say?
Can we each give one word?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
That's perfect.
Henry, you go first.
Groove.
Jam.
Electric.
Ooh, that's perfect.
A groove jam electric.
Maybe that's the name of the EP.
Exactly. My thoughts exactly.
Okay, and now it is time for our fun question. You get to have, this is like dream bill. You get to have a 4-band bill, including yourself. Who is it, and where are you playing? It's hard. It's hard, especially like off the dome like this.
Okay. This is hard, and I'm gonna say where I would want to play. First Ave. I would love to play First Ave. It's just like, local. It's the heart of the
Home
Twin,
turf.
one of the hearts of the Twin Cities music scene. So that would be awesome. And I'm gonna give a band. I would like to play with the Dinner Party band, which is Kamasi, Washington, Glasper,
Terrence Martin.
yeah, some really cool jazz, like contemporary hip hop. So that's my
Cool.
pick. You next.
Thundercat. I'd love to play with Thundercat. I feel like he's a huge influence on my music and songwriting. Henry, you've actually seen Thundercat, so I'm jealous.
What?
So yeah. Okay, so we got Dinner Party, Thundercat.
I would say Parcels. I think their sound is similar to ours.
Yeah.
And I'd also throw Humbird in there, even though her genre is different. I love her music. She's local. And I want to do like a pop-up show, just like
cool.
unannounced, break some city ordinances kind of vibe. I think it would be good.
Noise complaint,
Yeah.
all that good stuff. Yeah, cool. I was going to say that you guys remind me of Parcels a ton. Yeah, I just got into them like a couple years ago. And yeah, when you guys were playing, I was like, I know who you remind me of.
Thank you.
That's helpful.
Yeah, of course. Well, I'm so glad I could help. I know you said you're not necessarily playing any shows super soon, but if you have anything exciting to tell the people, now's your time. Anything cool coming up?
We have an Instagram.
The Instagram exists
Yes.
at Waterline Band. And so also the reason we don't have shows coming up is because Will here is going hiking for a month. And so,
Whoa.
but audience members can be excited by the fact that he'll be thinking and
True.
he'll be
Cooking up
cooking
a
stuff
lot of
up, and
stuff.
so will we. So yeah. So in a month we'll be back
Cool.
to everything. So
I'm just picturing Will like posting ideas on the trail, like 15-minute snippets.
Rained all day. Ran out of food. Water line. No, okay,
Ooh.
never mind. That's all I got.
Yeah,
so that's
sweet.
what you can be excited.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So once you're back from your hiatus, yeah, there will be a lot of new ideas to come. Where are you headed?
Pacific Crest Trail.
Oh, no way. Are you? How much of it are you trying to
Well,
hike?
my dad and I are flying to Seattle, and then we're gonna hike north into Canada, and
Oh,
then my
wow.
buddy's gonna pick me up, and we're gonna go to Vancouver for a little bit.
That sounds awesome.
That's the journey.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I'll be in the Twin Cities.
He's my roommate.
Sweet. All right. Well, thanks so much for coming in. Thanks so much for chatting. I had such a blast listening to you. This has been Off the Record on Radio K, Real College Radio.